A great espresso is always intentional. If you want your coffee to taste like your local cafe, then you need to dial it in. As specialty coffee roasters, we're here to show you how to make cafe quality coffee at home with your brand new coffee machine. My name is Tim, and as a coffee trainer with Pablo and Rusty's Coffee Roasters, I'm here to help you do that every step of the way. Let's dial in some coffee. Today we are brewing with Breville's Bambino Plus and Smart Grinder. Now, assuming you have placed the single wall double basket in your portafilter and you've selected the 2-shot option on your grinder, we'll be at the same starting point. Our Porter Street blend is our most popular espresso blend, and you'll taste classic dark chocolate and malt flavors. Our Porter Street blend is a seasonal specialty coffee blend, meaning we select specific coffees from around the globe that score 80 points or higher. Now, specialty coffee isn't just a fancy title. It's part of a global certification process that qualifies beans at origin farms to be 80 points or higher. And all Pablo and Rusty's coffee is specialty grade coffee. For the Bambino Plus and the Smart Grinder, my Porter Street starting brew recipe is 18 to 19 grams of freshly ground coffee with a brew time of 25 to 30 seconds. After that time, we are aiming for an extraction of 36 to 38 grams of espresso coffee. Now, today, my grinder is set at 5. But things like the age of the beans that you're using and even the temperature of the room can affect the way that your beans grind. So if your grind setting is a little different to mine, that's okay. Let's go ahead and clean our portafilter, making sure we've gotten rid of all the old coffee from yesterday's brew. Firstly, let's insert our portafilter into the grind cradle and press in to initiate the grind. Whilst you're grinding, you can also purge your Bambino Plus to keep things fresh and clean. Once the coffee has been ground, to avoid making a mess and spilling or losing any of that precious coffee, let's take our portafilter out and tap it against the side of our workstation to settle the coffee into the basket. Now, let's grab our tamper and place our portafilter on the edge of the workstation and tamp firmly. You're aiming to press down with at least 15 kilograms of body pressure, and using your body weight to lean over the coffee as you tamp is the best way to ensure that. For the best results, try to keep your hand and your elbow aligned. The straighter, the better. Let's give it one more tamp to polish it off. We'll clean the remaining coffee off the edges of our portafilter to make sure we get a clean seal, and then we'll place it in the brew group head. After locking it into place, let's put a cup under and press that double shot button. The extraction will start at a low pressure and slowly go to a higher pressure. This is called pre-infusion. The first espresso drops should appear around 7 to 9 seconds. Extraction should be around 25 to 30 seconds, depending on what your coffee grind is set to. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's give it a try. This is why Porter Street is just my favorite blend. It goes well on any machine. It's great with a milk coffee as well and an espresso. I love it. Are you happy with your shot? Well, let's dive into a few variables for you to think about when pulling your next one. Let's first take a look at the grind size. The main purpose of grind size is to slow down or to speed up the coffee extraction process on your coffee machine. In other words, the flow of water through the coffee bed. You don't have to be afraid of this step. The other variable to mention is the dose amount. For a double shot, we're using an 18 to 19 grams of coffee as a starting point. When it comes to the extraction, if the water flow is too fast, your grind is probably too coarse, and the coffee can end up tasting quite sour. Alternatively, if the water flow is too slow, your grind is probably too fine, and the coffee can end up tasting burnt and bitter. Take your time when trying to nail the water flow. Brewing the perfect cup of coffee at home is all about testing and tasting. Well, thanks so much for joining us as we dial in our Pablo and Rusty's coffee on your brand new coffee machine. For more information, check out the links in the description for all our coffee recipes and products.